The State Department for Livestock Development has asked Kenyans to lead the vaccination of 22 million cattle against foot and mouth disease and 50 million sheep and goats against pest dipetis ruminants. Speaking during a press statement in Mombasa, Secretary Administration at the State Department, Dr. Joshua Chipcheng, said that the control and management of livestock diseases is by way of treatment and vaccination, which is the global scientific protocol.
And we are having a statement in reaction to allegations made by Kenyans. Some Kenyans, either in social media or through press statements, about the vaccination of the 22. We intend to vaccinate 22 million cows in Kenya. So we deny the statement. We deny the fact that this vaccination is harmful. It is not harmful at all. It is for good intentions.
We are currently producing 13 vaccines, and the vaccines that have been mentioned, that have been proclaimed by the government in terms of control, that is foot and mouth and PPR. We are the ones who are producing these two vaccines. And for foot and mouth disease vaccine, because this is the one that has raised a lot of issues, I want also to mention that in Africa, we are the leading vaccine manufacturer for foot and mouth disease. And this vaccine, we are not just producing for the country, but we are also producing for the whole of our region and Africa as a whole. Currently, we are distributing this vaccine to more than 9 countries in Africa, and now we have gone to Middle East. So that shows the faith in the kind of product that we are using. I want to go a little bit to history and mention that this is the vaccine that has helped us control foot and mouth disease for the last 60 years. And so it shows how effective it is. 1, because of its efficacy. 2, because of its relevance to the local circulating strains. And so this is an assurance. We have been working with the Director of Veterinary Services, planning on how to make this vaccine available and also how to do quality control to make sure that the vaccination outcomes are well achieved during vaccination. And this is this one, the DVS will mention about it. But I want also to insist on the quality of vaccine. What we normally do is we have 3 levels of quality assurance of our vaccine. Number 1, we have internal processes, which we call in-process quality control processes. Now, we are here to assure Kenyans that we as a vaccine manufacturers, we have the capability. We are working towards this. And currently, we are in process to make sure that we deliver on the presidential pronouncement of vaccinating 22 million cattle and 50 million sheep and goats against PPR and FMD.
And livestock diseases, why must they be controlled? You cannot trade with anybody in the world if you have outbreaks of trade-sensitive diseases like foot and mouth disease or the one for sheep and goats called PPR. So for the government to initiate vaccination of animals, it is extremely important for the Kenyan public to know that vaccination of animals is historical. It was done before independence, it was done after independence, and I believe even governments beyond here will do it because you cannot control viral diseases caused by viruses. You cannot control it without vaccination. We have 2 very important, economically important viral diseases. This is foot and mouth disease for cattle, and then PPR for sheep and goats. And therefore, from purely technical and scientific point of view, that is the only way we'll control these diseases so that we can make sure our farmers can sell their livestock, their products such as milk and meat, to markets that give us good prices. So I want to urge the public to follow and pick advice from the right sources.
Vaccination, as you have been told, is a key tool in the prevention of animal diseases, in particular diseases that have ability to cross and move very fast across borders, like foot and mouth disease, and PPR for the small ruminants. And on top of the economic losses it causes, like foot and mouth disease, it devastates the dairy sector in terms of reduce milk production. In addition, to control the disease, there is a imposition of movement controls, quarantines, that disrupts markets. So you can see the consequences of an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. On top of bans from exports, because you run a risk of spreading the disease globally, as I've indicated. When it comes to PPR, one of the diseases that has been targeted for vaccination, it causes massive death and loss of sheep and goats.
No.
Go at the center, the better.
Yeah, go to the center.
Go at the center, the better.